Hello there and welcome back to my channel. My name is Georgina and I am the Honest Vocal Coach. So after a little bit of break, I am back. I am going to be hitting this channel pretty hard. I have got so many ideas for videos, from What the Fair to vocal battles to Fabulous Friday, Tribute Tuesday. All of your favourites are coming back. So I've been teaching singing now for 21 years. I've worked with the beginners right through to advanced singers. Through my experience, I have learned the real technical detail that really is important when it comes to making a good singer. So on this page, you can book one of two critiques. The first one is a basic critique where I will listen to your video clip and I will give you a whole bunch of advice on how to improve those things that show up in the video. Or you can have a full evaluation where I will react to your video. I'll send you my evaluation on what's good, what's bad, and how you can work on those things. So I can't wait to hear your voice. Now, I have had a little break, as you probably guessed, after Eurovision, as it was pretty full on. But today I'm going to be looking at a little bit of Eurovision, but don't panic. It's not taking over the channel again. So in this video, I am going to be reacting to Forever, the new single by Loreen, winner of Eurovision twice. And I have already seen this, but you guys asked me to do a reaction to it because you were interested to know what I felt about the vocals and the performance as a whole. So let's dive in. Okay, so we started off with this blurred kind of soft focus effect with all of these ribbons hanging down and a set of strings which is sort of building the emotion of the song. So those breaths are really effective. They kind of add to the whole thing. So she is sat on, as the best way I can explain it is a bar stool, but seems like she's attached to said bar stool. Now, it's very futuristic and she must have the strongest stomach muscles in the world to be able to stay on this chair. What a long intro. So we're still waiting for something to happen. It's a very long intro, but you know, it's building the emotion, building the whole feel of it. Very futuristic. It's quite a high stool as well. It's not your average height. Seems to be that little bit higher, like a breakfast bar kind of stool. It does look to be attached to the stage in some way, and I would expect the weighting of it is really important to make sure that it doesn't tip. It stays where it needs to be. If there's anyone out there who were involved in making said bar stool, please get in touch because I'm fascinated as to know why it's not moving like that. Is it actually bolted to the stage, or is it just the weighting of it to make sure that she doesn't kind of flip over, or is she literally having to balance in such a way that she can't go too far or it's going to fall over? I guess we'll see. Okay, well, the intro's changed, but it's still the intro. We've still got no singing as yet. We've got lots of smoke on the stage, and these ribbons, are they moving? I don't mean are they moving. I mean, have they got higher or lower? I didn't really notice that. I see a sky of colours. Okay, I know I've stopped already, but for copyright purposes, I'm not going to be able to play this all the way through. It's just not going to be a thing. So it's very breathy, and there's also colours, not colours. Colours, so you get a better resonance and a better tonal quality. And I don't know if she has like a tattoo on her stomach or it's paint, or I don't know, it looks kind of cool, like there's something in the center there. Maybe it's a tattoo, or I don't know, tattoo. Ha ha ha. But tush, yeah, she went there. Looks like it's a tattoo actually. So she looks very wet, almost like she's been covered in baby oil or something to create this wet kind of look. It seems to be in her hair as well, which gives her this, it looks really effective. I mean, really effective. And she's got these massive gloves on that doesn't seem to be attached to her nails this time. We're not going for long nails, we're going for sort of these steel gloves, which must be fairly heavy to move around. Okay, a little bit mumbly, so I'm going to turn up the volume and see if I can hear it better. But I didn't get all of the lyrics. Something about want you to stay. Look at the muscles on her arms. I'm melting. So she's got a bit of an H-air sort of breath into that, and it's not I'm, it's very much of a sort of high sound. That's probably the style that she's going for, but it's not really my favourite way of singing. I prefer to have cleaner diction than that. I do find that if you push too much breath through the folds, cools them down, and also can create a little bit of sort of dryness in the vocal folds. It really builds from that breathy to the pre-chorus, and there's a nasality to her voice, but nasality is probably not the right word. It's this particular tone that she often sings with, especially live. On the recording, which I have already heard, it's cleaner and more open. So it's almost like she's using an element of a soft palate to create that kind of sound that's in this live performance, but it doesn't sound like that on the live. It's more open and there's definitely more clarity to it. There's definitely some kind of tuning on the oh element, because you can hear that robotic sound kick in. Now it could but just be an effect for the sound of it, in terms of the stylizing of it, but it's highly likely that there's assistance on this, a little bit of tuning, which enables the sound to be, you know, absolutely pitch perfect. It is one of my gripes with Eurovision, and I have said this throughout the last however many years, that they seem to be getting overwhelmed. They seem to be overusing things on the vocals to say it's supposed to be a clean lead vocal. It's not always, is it? We gotta be honest. You see what I mean? Give me love, give me love, give me love. It's all inside. Whereas on the actual single itself, it's much more open. Give me love, give me love. Whereas this is kind of give me love, like it's up in a nasal cavity just a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I like the tone of the voice. I think it's her. It's, you know, Shakira has a really unusual voice, and she really does have, she plays around with the different placements and styling of her voice. Loreen's kind of similar in the way that she plays around with her instrument, which I think is super creative. Yeah, definitely help on those forever. Those moments, there's definitely help on that, and there's a lot of reverb, which is really effective, to be honest. Reverb is basically adding a little miniature echo. Reverb kind of goes around in itself, whereas an echo kind of repeats and repeats and repeats. So whereas this kind of goes in on itself, and it sounds really good. Never be lonely. It's kind of stuck. Not lonely. It's not open enough for me. I do love her to bits though, and this is an epic performance. The spinning of the camera is a really clever way of filming this. It looks really good. Her stomach muscles must be hurting so much right now. No wonder she was practicing for weeks and weeks on this performance. Oh, you hear there where she misses it. And the sound, the tuning or whatever it is on there corrects it. Notice that? I might have to go back and listen to that again. Yeah. There's like a little crackle or something there, and the tuning corrects it. This is not in any way having an issue with Loreen. Loreen is just the queen of Eurovision, and to look like her and sound like her and just everything about her, I would just, yes please. But I'm just wanting to point out that there is tuning on there that is correcting it, and it was barely noticeable, but I noticed it. The song's really good, by the way. I really enjoy it. I would definitely suggest listening to the recording. It's so good. It gave me the shivers the first time I heard it. And strangely enough, I heard it as I was driving past the cemetery where my daughter and parents are. That was the first time I heard it, and the shivers just went straight through me. And it's just a brilliant song. I couldn't help but let you in. I like the way she's extending some of the sounds. Let you win. She's extending that sound, so it has a real kind of futuristic, emotional element to it. Now, as an audience member, I'm now starting to get a little bit itchy feet. Now, what I mean is, this chair, this bar stool, it's really cool. It's really cool. But I kind of wanted to get up and move around now, because there's only so much you can do with the spinning camera around, and the ribbons coming down. Maybe this should really go, should have gone really close into her face or something like that. But I'm just getting to a point where I'm like, yeah, is she going to get up? I know that she doesn't get up, because I have seen this, which is a shame. I think it's a missed opportunity. But literally, it was so difficult to get her out of the chair. You see, I wouldn't have minded if a crew member walked on and just adjusted her out of said chair so she could get up and move around. I'm just feeling a little bit static now, like it needs to progress and do something else. I missed the word, something about melting and trending, not sure. A little bit mumbly at that point. I love that distortion. Do you notice it again there? That is the tuning correcting her voice where it's gone off. So it's correcting it and putting it back on. Ooh. Yeah. It does sound really good though. Oh blimey, the way she just drops back then, I think my head would just drop off. I don't know about you. Bong, bong, as my head bounces across the stage. Wow. So yeah, there's definitely some way that that's connected to the stage so she doesn't come off the stool, really. Again, we're still sat down. I want movement at this point. I'm really loving that sound effect. I can't even explain to you what the sound is. It sounds like a piece of plastic. It's hard to explain. If anyone knows what the sound is, let me know. It's a sample of something and it sounds so effective. It almost sounds like an electric spark, like a shock or something. I'd literally be falling off this chair now. I'd be like, please let me up. My stomach muscles hurt. Please help me, please. Because she's also using the muscles in her legs to keep her legs up. That's hard. Okay, so now we've got a medley. It's gone from one song to the next. So I think it's Tattoo at this point. I'm trying to listen closely. I Fall in the Rain. You see, diction, sorry, I'm being a fusspot. Addiction. And I know she's going for a stylized choice here, but I'm losing some of the words. If I didn't know Tattoo as well as I do, I wouldn't know what she was singing. I like this build up. Now this is really effective. It totally is. Don't get me wrong, it's so clever. But I just think she could be up on the stage using all of that space right now. The vocals are a little bit lost in the mix at times. You kind of want her to be a bit louder. I tell you what would have been really good. What about other performers appearing, you know, from above and coming down on ribbons? Something like that. Let's bring Cirque du Soleil in. That would have been good, wouldn't it? And it would have given you more to look at for Tattoo. Because you just wanted to get up. You wanted to be able to move. Well, I did anyway. So maybe having some circus performers, some, you know, some really awesome performers appearing on ribbons and coming down, or something like that. Not to make it all circusy, do it stylized. I think that would have made a really nice kind of ending of this song. So, what did you think of Loreen's performance? What about the vocals? Now, I really enjoyed the vocals, but there were moments of mumble where I was like, I'm not sure what she's singing now. I love the songs, I really do, but I've got to say, I probably preferred the original recording to this performance because it's clearer and cleaner, and I get every drop of emotion when I listen to that original recording. So, let me know your opinions down in the comments below. Are you literally sick of Loreen at this point? I'm not. I can't get enough of her. So let me know what you think. Feel free to subscribe, like, and all of that stuff. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, loves.